And the first category is fake difficult questions. Category 1, fake difficult questions. Category 2, questions following mirror principle. Those questions that follow mirror principle. Duplicate templates. Questions having duplicate templates. Category 4, indirect questions. Now guys, this is a very interesting category of questions. Category 5, counterintuitive questions. ठीक है. Fifth category among the roughly 20 categories में से कैटेगरी नंबर 5 हमने ज्योग्राफी की एनसीईआरटी ओपन की 10th स्टैंडर्ड की, और ये चार्ट, बड़ा सा चार्ट दिया हुआ है, उसमें हम सब ने पढ़ रखा है. फाइन, ऐसा नहीं कि किसी के पास है किसी के पास नहीं है, एनसीईआरटी सबके पास है. एंड देन वी वेंट बैक टू द क्वेश्चन, और हमने ये कहा कि बेस्ड ऑन आवर प्री एग्जिस्टिंग नॉलेज स्टेटमेंट 2 तो करेक्ट हो ही नहीं सकता. सो व्हाट डिड वी डू हियर? वी यूज्ड आवर प्री एग्जिस्टिंग नॉलेज more tactically. Guys, let's start. Today's webinar is going to be a very brief yet a very productive one. The theme, the topic is prelims 2024 target 110 plus. And the main aspects of prelims or paper solving that we'll be discussing today are: number 1, tactical use of our pre-existing knowledge, or MCQ aptitude as we call it. Now, tactical use of the knowledge that we have already acquired. जो नॉलेज हमने एनसीईआरटीज पढ़कर, अदर कन्वेंशनल बुक्स पढ़कर या करंट अफेयर्स फॉलो करके हासिल किया है, उसी को किस तरह से हम यूज करेंगे इन द एग्जामिनेशन हॉल इन अ टैक्टिकल मैनर, इन अ मोर प्रोडक्टिव मैनर. सो MCQ aptitude, tactical use of knowledge. And just to reiterate one thing, taking cue of the last 2 prelims papers, prelims 2022 and prelims 2023, rote learning ज्यादा काम नहीं आ रही है prelims में. Creative use of knowledge, tactical use of knowledge, then and there in real time in the examination hall is what is helping students get edge in the paper. Second point that we'll be discussing today is handling exam pressure is equal to success in prelims. Now, how exactly exam hall में आप अगर pressure handle कर रहे हो, then you are very much likely to clear prelims against preparing or studying for 8 hours or 16 hours. Doesn't matter आप 8 घंटा पढ़ रहे हो या 16 घंटे पढ़ रहे हो दिन भर, लेकिन आप एग्जामिनेशन हॉल में अगर प्रेशर हैंडल नहीं कर पा रहे हो, then our chances of clearing prelims are bleak. But if we are able to handle that exam pressure, then our chances of clearing prelims are manifold. कैसे समझेंगे in the discussion. Third point, clerical mindset versus problem solvers mindset. Now, when I say clerical mindset, nothing against clerks over here, but the point being raised is UPSC, as it has evolved in the past 2-3 years, especially we are speaking about the prelims paper, it doesn't want students to just mug up facts, information, data, बस रट लिया, पॉलिटी रट लिया, हिस्ट्री, मॉडर्न हिस्ट्री रट लिया और चले गए एग्जाम देने. UPSC doesn't want this. Rather, it is seeking or it is probing whether we have a problem solver's mindset. Are our problem solving abilities at par rather than just having a clerical mindset? ये भी समझेंगे आज के सेशन में. Guys, I hope we have, like, everyone in the session is serious, right? यहाँ पर I need to just mention one thing before we move ahead. Like, I came to know that some students were asking regarding elimination tricks, logics. Guys, यहाँ पर कोई जादुई छड़ी नहीं घूमने वाली है. If you have gone through basic books, basic conventional books आपने पढ़े हैं, पॉलिटी के लिए लक्ष्मीकांत, हिस्ट्री के, मॉडर्न हिस्ट्री के लिए स्पेक्ट्रम, एनसीईआरटीज एंड सो ऑन, and if you are following current affairs, then this will be a very productive session for you. But if you have not even gone through the basic books, then please save your time. This session won't be productive for you. Fine? Okay. So let's quickly move ahead, guys. Let's quickly move ahead. Very briefly, those students who have joined my webinar for the first time, about me, I'm a senior faculty at Civil Delhi IAS. My name is Zishan Hashmi. I am prelims program head at Civil Delhi with 5+ years of mentorship experience. I've mentored 100 plus UPSC rankers, including AIR 65 Pranav, AIR 117 Nisha, AIR 267 Soham, and many more. And 80% of my students have cleared the UPSC prelims with comfortable margin. So this was in brief about me. Guys, before we move ahead, let's start with reference to a very short story. Now, many among you must have read about this, heard about this. I'm making reference to Captain Sully. इस इंसिडेंट के ऊपर मूवी भी बना है with the same name, Sully. The image that you can see on your screen is a real image where Captain Sully had landed. He had landed the aeroplane on the Hudson River. On the Hudson River in USA. Now, what had happened? What had happened very briefly, and this is very relevant to what we are going to discuss today about tactical use of our knowledge in real time in the examination hall. So when this flight had taken off, Captain Sully was the main pilot and he had a co-pilot. Soon after takeoff, the plane was stuck. It was hit by a bird strike, flock of birds. And because of that, both the engines of the aeroplane went dead. ठीक है, दोनों इंजन बंद हो गए थे because of the bird strike. No engines. अभी थोड़ी देर पहले ही टेक ऑफ किया है. They didn't have good speed and they have lost thrust. So their options were very limited. The co-pilot of Sully was also a very bright and brilliant pilot, but he was a bit scared compared to Sully. Now, Sully was earlier in armed forces. He was an armed forces fighter and he had a problem solver's mindset. So what Sully did was he did not follow the rule book. Like the other pilot had just opened the manual and he was following the steps that need to be followed after such a bird strike takes place. And this is a real life incident. Fine, you can see this in that movie if you wish. So he was going through the manual. What should be done? What should be done next? While Captain Sully was busy, rather than thinking, he was busy in doing things. He was pressing a few buttons. He was maneuvering the plane and so on. And he was ignoring the instructions of the air traffic control. The air traffic control was asking Sully, Captain Sully, to maneuver the plane or to navigate the plane towards a nearby airport. But Captain Sully was sure that they did not have the altitude and the thrust to be able to reach that airport. So against the instructions of the air traffic control, he decided to move or navigate towards the Hudson River, because that's the only option that he saw was available to them. And he did it successfully. Each and every passenger and crew member were saved because Sully did not go by the rule book and Sully listened to his instinct, his roughly 40 years or so of experience, his creative mind, his problem solving ability. So the difference between Captain Sully and his co-pilot, both were very brilliant, right? Both had experience, though Captain Sully had a lot more experience. But in that moment, when it was a situation of life or death, Captain Sully showed the guts to be able to listen to his instinct and take risk, while the other pilot was unsure. He was unsure of what should be done and he was trying to find answers in the manual. All right. So this is in brief about how Captain Sully had acted as a problem solver and saved everyone in that aeroplane. Now, this was the man, this is Captain Sully. Fine, guys. Now, taking cue from this short story that we have just listened, and with also with reference to what we had discussed earlier, tactical use of knowledge or MCQ aptitude. Now we have to make this difference between Captain Sully and his co-pilot. His co-pilot कौन होगा? वैसे स्टूडेंट्स को-पायलट होंगे जिन्होंने बहुत पढ़ाई की है, 10-10, 12-12 नहीं, 14-14 घंटे रोज पढ़ाई की है, लेकिन बट they have not practiced, they have not learned the art of solving the paper in real time in keeping with the trend of the past 2 years. ठीक है, rote knowledge काम नहीं आ रहा है. ठीक है, creative mind, tactical use of knowledge का practice उसने नहीं किया है. Against that co-pilot, Captain Sully is someone who has practiced, who knows how to tactically use the pre-existing knowledge. Otherwise दोनों का pre-existing knowledge similar है, कैप्टन सली का और उसके को-पायलट का. सेकंड, हैंडलिंग एग्जाम प्रेशर की भी हमने बात की. अगेन, कैप्टन सली वॉज एबल टू हैंडल प्रेशर. ही डिड द राइट थिंग एट द राइट टाइम रादर देन पैनिकिंग. एग्जामिनेशन हॉल में कई सारे स्टूडेंट्स पैनिक हो जाते हैं, irrespective of the fact that they had studied very hard. That co-pilot, although he was very brilliant, he had panicked a bit, but not Captain Sully. Or how is this relevant to the prelims paper? ये और हम आगे समझेंगे. Again, clerical mindset versus problem solvers mindset. Captain Sully did not have clerical mindset. He definitely had a problem solvers mindset. Guys, quickly moving to the main agenda. Now I have categorized the questions into numerous categories. Roughly 20 ऐसे categories हैं. There are 20 such categories roughly. But today we'll be discussing briefly about 5 categories because we can't go on and on in a single session. And the first category is fake difficult questions. Category 1, fake difficult questions. Now when the paper was conducted, prelims paper 2023, like many students went berserk. यूपीएससी ने ये क्या कर दिया, ये कैसा पेपर बना दिया, पेपर काफी डिफिकल्ट था. क्या पेपर डिफिकल्ट था? यस, certainly, obviously paper was difficult, but it was not that difficult as it was made to be. ये हम समझेंगे अगले कुछ मिनटों में. Now first category, fake difficult questions. एग्जाम्पल लेते हैं. Guys, let's first take example of a question. अच्छा, give me a moment guys, just give me a moment. Just give me a moment.
Okay, sir.
Okay, क्वेश्चन दिख रहा है सबको?
यस सर, थोड़ा जूम कर दीजिए.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So guys, this was a question asked in 2023 and 2 statements were given and it was an assertion reasoning question. Assertion reasoning type का question था and UPSC has asked many questions on this format, assertion reasoning वाले. Guys, those who gave the exam in 2023 and even those who didn't give but who don't know the answer of this question, this is statement 1 बोल रहा है. According to the United Nations World Water Development Report 2022, India extracts more than a quarter of the world's groundwater withdrawal each year. And statement 2, India needs to extract more than a quarter of the world's groundwater each year to satisfy the drinking water and sanitation needs of almost 18% of world's population living in its territory. Guys, those who gave the paper in 2023 and even others, आप में से किसने ये रिपोर्ट पढ़ी है? यूनाइटेड नेशंस वर्ल्ड वाटर डेवलपमेंट रिपोर्ट.
नहीं पढ़ी थी सर. रंजीत नहीं
किसी ने नहीं पढ़ी?
नहीं.
ओके, सो बट वी हैव सीरियस स्टूडेंट्स यहाँ पर, जितने भी स्टूडेंट्स हैं ऑल आर सीरियस. इनमें से प्रोबेबली किसी ने पढ़ी होगी या जैसे आप लोग बता रहे हो किसी ने भी नहीं पढ़ी. सो दिस क्वेश्चंस बिकम वेरी डिफिकल्ट क्योंकि ये वाली रिपोर्ट हमने किसी ने नहीं पढ़ी, राइट? But that is not the case. That is why category 1, fake difficult questions. Guys, pay attention to this chart. 2 मिनट के लिए उस क्वेश्चन को भूल जाओ. Now this chart is from your 10th standard NCERT, Geography NCERT. सब लोगों ने ये चार्ट देख रखा है. आर्यन देख रखा है ना?
यस
यस सर।
सबने देख रखा है? ओके, क्या बता रहा है ये चार्ट? आर्यन टेल मी, देयर आर टू आर्यंस हियर। पहला वाला आर्यन बताओ, आर्यन। यस सर, जिसने बोला था अभी।
रोहन।
रोहन बताओ।
सर इसमें ये शो कर रहा है कि जो सरफेस वाटर की अगर हम बात करें तो इसमें एग्रीकल्चर का जो शेयर है वो सबसे ज्यादा है, उसके बाद डोमेस्टिक का और उसके बाद इंडस्ट्रियल का। और वहीं अगर ग्राउंड वाटर की बात करें तो उसमें भी एग्रीकल्चर का सबसे ज्यादा है
ओके,
और उसके बाद इंडस्ट्रियल का और फिर डोमेस्टिक का।
ठीक है। ऑल इन ऑल, रोहन एंड अदर्स, कैन वी से both when it comes to surface water usage and groundwater usage, majority जो consumption है, majority consumption is being done by the agriculture sector, be it surface water usage or groundwater usage, while
यस सर।
domestic usage and industrial usage are small proportions of the total pie. दिख रहा है clearly,
Yes, sir.
Yes.
right?
यस
So
सर।
this
Yes,
is
sir.
so this is from your geography NCERT 10th standard. सबने NCERT पढ़ रखी है, fine. Now let's come back to the question. ये है वो क्वेश्चन। इंडिया नीड्स स्टेटमेंट वन, अकॉर्डिंग टू द यूनाइटेड नेशंस वर्ल्ड वाटर डेवलपमेंट रिपोर्ट 2022, इंडिया एक्सट्रैक्ट्स मोर देन अ क्वार्टर ऑफ द वर्ल्ड्स ग्राउंड वाटर विड्रॉल ईच ईयर। ठीक है। स्टेटमेंट टू, इंडिया नीड्स टू एक्सट्रैक्ट मोर देन अ क्वार्टर ऑफ द वर्ल्ड्स ग्राउंड वाटर ईच ईयर to satisfy the drinking water and sanitation needs. Please pay attention, guys. Drinking water and sanitation needs of almost 18% of world's population living in this territory. मतलब India is extracting more than 25% of world's groundwater resources, primarily for drinking water purposes. Now we have read NCERT, ये चार्ट हमने देखा है। What should be the primary purpose, guys? Should it be sanitation and drinking water, or should it be something else?
Agriculture, sir.
Agriculture, irrigation.
Agriculture, irrigation. ये कैसे पता चला हमको? We have read,
NCERT से.
we have read 10th standard geography NCERT, ये सब हमने पढ़ रखा है, right? And then we came to this question and we came to know that statement 2 is incorrect. Now guys, please pay attention to what I'm saying next. The beauty with which UPSC has framed all the assertion reasoning questions in 2023, there is not even a single option that says both the statements are correct. At least एक statement correct होगा in every assertion reasoning question. ठीक है? Now that's the pattern at least followed in the 2023 paper.
Yes.
Now we are sure that statement 2 is incorrect based on our own pre-existing knowledge. हमने कोई logic use नहीं करा, कोई hack use नहीं करा, कोई elimination trick use नहीं करा. Now guys, if statement 2 is incorrect, option क्या बचता है हमारे पास?
Option
C.
C.
C, sir.
Sigma.
ऑप्शन सी।
Option C, sigma. Statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect. We can't mark alpha, we can't mark beta, we can't mark delta. If statement 2 is incorrect, we have to mark sigma. Option C ही बचता है हमारे पास because we have eliminated statement 2. Guys,
Yes.
so this was the first question under the category of fake difficult questions. पहले हमने ये क्वेश्चन देखा and prima facie this question seemed to be very difficult, very difficult. Then we went a step backwards. हमने ज्योग्राफी की एनसीईआरटी ओपन की 10th स्टैंडर्ड की, और ये चार्ट, बड़ा सा चार्ट दिया हुआ है, उसमें हम सब ने पढ़ रखा है। फाइन, ऐसा नहीं कि किसी के पास है किसी के पास नहीं है, एनसीईआरटी सबके पास है। एंड देन वी वेंट बैक टू द क्वेश्चन और हमने ये कहा कि बेस्ड ऑन आवर प्री एग्जिस्टिंग नॉलेज स्टेटमेंट 2 तो करेक्ट हो ही नहीं सकता। सो व्हाट डिड वी डू हियर? वी यूज्ड आवर प्री एग्जिस्टिंग नॉलेज more tactically, tactical use of pre-existing knowledge. अगर हम हमारे प्री एग्जिस्टिंग नॉलेज का यूज इस क्वेश्चन में क्लरिकल मैनर में करते, देयर वाज नो वे आउट टू मार्क द करेक्ट आंसर। गाइस, इज एवरीवन क्लियर सो फार? कैन वी मूव टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन? बताओ मुझे क्विकली।
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yes, sir.
एक्सक्यूज मी सर।
I'll take your doubts at the end. Who's this?
सर इसी क्वेश्चन से रिलेटेड है, वो डाटा से रिलेटेड है। मतलब मैं ये पूछना
अपना
चाह रहा
नाम
हूँ
बताओ पहले।
कि रोहन सर, रोहन।
हाँ रोहन बोलो।
सर एक बारी वो डाटा दिखाना, एक मिनट स्क्रीन पे, जो अभी हमने देखा।
ठीक है।
यस सर। जैसे आपने बोला क्लरिकल माइंडसेट, तो यहाँ पे क्लरिकल माइंडसेट का मतलब यही है ना कि मतलब बैठ के इन डाटा को रट रहे हो, और अंडरस्टैंडिंग माइंडसेट का मतलब ये है कि सीक्वेंस को समझ रहे हो। यही आप बताना चाह रहे हो ना?
सीक्वेंस को समझ रहे हो और ब्रॉडली इतना तुम समझ रहे हो कि मेजर कंजम्पशन ऑफ ग्राउंड वाटर एंड सरफेस वाटर इज बीइंग डन
इज
बाय
एग्रीकल्चर।
एग्रीकल्चर,
यस सर,
irrigation,
यस सर,
right?
यस सर, यस, यस
That is
सर,
your
यस सर,
understanding, right?
यस सर, अंडरस्टूड सर, यस सर, थैंक यू।
Okay, let's move ahead, guys. Let's move ahead. Now, moving to the next question. Okay, so this was the question that we did. Next question. Guys, this was yet another not very difficult question per se, क्योंकि बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स ने इसको इस तरह से सॉल्व कर दिया था। सम है तो सही
Yes, sir.
होगा, बट दैट्स नॉट द राइट वे टू थिंक। ओवर सिंप्लीफाई नहीं कर सकते कि किसी भी स्टेटमेंट में सम आ गया, नो आ गया, नन आ गया तो वो सही ही होगा या गलत ही होगा, राइट? नाउ my question to you is, now this is a question asked in 2023 prelims. Assume yourself to be sitting in the examination hall, एग्जाम हॉल में बैठे हो, ये क्वेश्चन एकदम से सामने आ गया। स्टेटमेंट वन बोल रहा है some microorganisms can grow in environments with temperature above the boiling point of water. Statement 2, some microorganisms can grow in environments with temperature below the freezing point of water. Statement 3, some microorganisms can grow in highly acidic environments with a pH below 3. Now guys, my question to you is, माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स के बारे में हम क्या जानते हैं? लाइक द स्टेटमेंट, द वे इट इज पुटिंग फैक्ट्स बिफोर यू, बॉइलिंग पॉइंट ऑफ वाटर पे ग्रो हो सकते हैं कुछ, सम कैन ग्रो एट बिलो फ्रीजिंग पॉइंट ऑफ वाटर। गाइस, हैव वी स्टडीड माइक्रोबायोलॉजी? या हम
No,
इतना
sir.
डिटेल में पढ़ते हैं माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स के बारे में दैट विल नो मोर, लाइक वेरी विल हैव वेरी नुआंस्ड इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट एक्सट्रीमोफाइल्स। इनको एक्सट्रीमोफाइल्स बोलते हैं। एक्सट्रीमोफाइल बिकॉज दे लिव इन एक्सट्रीम कंडीशंस। और थर्मोफाइल, बॉइलिंग पॉइंट ऑफ वाटर की बात हो रही है, राइट? थर्मोफाइल। अगर और थोड़ा सा डिटेल में जाने की कोशिश करें, सो व्हाई दोस ऑर्गेनिजम्स सर्वाइव इवन एट बॉइलिंग पॉइंट ऑफ वाटर? सो द टेक्निकल रीजन इज बिकॉज ऑफ द हीट रेजिस्टेंट डीएनए पॉलीमरेज एंजाइम्स। ये कोई नहीं पढ़ता, ठीक है? नो वन प्रिपेयर्स दिस वे। सो माय क्वेश्चन टू यू इज, गाइस, कैन वी से कि हम लोग जब एग्जाम हॉल में जाते हैं, वी डोंट प्रिपेयर फॉर दिस काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस बिफोर हैंड? आर्यन, कलश, रंजीत,
Yes, sir.
नहीं
Yes,
पढ़ के
sir.
जाते हैं क्वेश्चंस की?
नहीं पढ़ने, नहीं पढ़।
अच्छा, नाउ गाइस हैव अ लुक एट दिस। दिस इज येट अनदर स्क्रीनशॉट ऑफ योर एनसीईआरटी, 8th स्टैंडर्ड साइंस एनसीईआरटी। हाँ, रंजीत को बहुत मजा आ रहा है, मैं देख पा रहा हूँ स्क्रीन के ऊपर।
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
रंजीत, दिस
Yes,
इज
sir.
फ्रॉम योर 8th स्टैंडर्ड साइंस एनसीईआरटी।
Yes, sir. Yes.
और हाइलाइटेड सेक्शन क्या बोल रहा है?
देख, मैं बोलूं,
हाँ बोलो।
they can live in all kinds of environment, चाहे वो टेम्परेचर हो चाहे कोई भी पैरामीटर।
They can live in all kinds of environments, ranging from ice cold climate to hot springs and deserts to marshlands. मैं यहां पर एक ऐड करता हूं, etc. All kind of environment की बात हो रही है, right? So exactly हमको पता होने की जरूरत नहीं है that some microorganisms can survive at boiling point of water. Some microorganisms have even been found inside volcanoes. Volcanoes में भी मिले हैं। Some microorganisms can grow with temperature below freezing point. Ice sheets में भी बैक्टीरिया मिला है।
Yes.
Some can grow in highly acidic environment with pH below 3. Guys, pH below 2, pH below 3, pH below 4, ये जानने की जरूरत है क्या हमको?
No, sir.
बस इतना जान लिया, they can live in all environments, right? So again, we have read NCERTs, 8th standard science NCERT का ये reference है that you can see on your screen, and then we used this pre-existing knowledge in a more tactical manner, and we could answer the answer the question correctly. And obviously, all three sigma option C is the correct answer. Everyone clear so far?
Yes,
Fake
sir.
difficult
Yes,
questions की हम बात कर रहे हैं,
Yes, sir.
category 1
Yes, sir.
clear है? Okay, let's quickly move ahead. Now this is yet another question, a very interesting one, to show that how paper 1 is following the footsteps of CSAT paper. CSAT
Yes.
की तरह थोड़ा थोड़ा होता जा रहा है. Like we have to think then and there, problem solve करना है examination hall में बैठ के, even in paper 1. रंजीत, quickly ये
Yes,
question
sir.
पढ़ लो जरा.
Yes, sir. With reference to home guards, consider the following statements. 1. Home guards are raised under the Home Guards Act and rules of the central government. Second, the rule of the home guard is to serve as an auxiliary force to the police in maintenance of internal security. Third, to prevent infiltration on the international borders, coastal areas. The border wing home guards battalions have been raised in some states.
Okay, guys, those who gave the paper in 2023, or even those who didn't give the paper, but you are not sure of the answer. ऐसे कितने लोग हैं, आंसर पता नहीं है इसका?
Sir,
Yes, sir.
मैं
रंजीत को नहीं पता, और किसको नहीं पता?
सर मेरे को मुझे भी नहीं पता।
विनीत, आर्यन, ठीक है. देयर आर मेनी
हाँ
इफ नॉट ऑल. सुप्रभा इज रेजिंग हैंड. सुप्रभा, अपना कैमरा ऑन कर दो प्लीज. If not all, majority of the students did not know the correct answer, and even इस meeting में majority of the students don't know the correct answer. ठीक है? Yes, I got your point, मोहम्मद हुसम. Okay, fine guys. ये देखिए, हमने 3 statement देख लिए pertaining to home guards and the relevant provisions. Let's come to this. 2 मिनट के लिए क्वेश्चन भूल जाओ. Now this is I have drawn this from your NCERT political science वाला, but this is even there in your Lakshmikant,
yes,
right?
sir.
किसी भी
Yes, sir.
पॉलिटी की किसी भी बेसिक बुक में ये दिया हुआ है, और हमने पढ़ा है कि पुलिस इज अ स्टेट सब्जेक्ट.
Yes, sir.
हम सबको पता है, राइट? पुलिस इज अ स्टेट सब्जेक्ट, सबको पता है, कोई नई बात नहीं है इसमें. Going back to the question, now this question appeared prima facie very difficult, right? आप समझेंगे why are we calling these questions as fake difficult questions? Fake difficult है. Statement 1 पढ़ा अभी हमने. Statement 2 पर आते हैं. The role of the home guards is to serve as an auxiliary force to the police in maintenance of internal security. अब police is a state subject, हम सबको पता है, लक्ष्मीकांत में पढ़ा है, NCERT में पढ़ा है. And if it is saying, statement 2 ऐसा बोल रहा है कि it is helping the police force, it is an auxiliary force to the police in maintenance of internal security, right? लेकिन guys, please keep your mics off, mics बंद रखो. When I'll ask you, you can ask your doubts, you can speak then. Statement 1 क्या बोल रहा है? On the contrary, home guards are raised under the Home Guards Act and rules of the central government. Guys, हमको नहीं पता कि होम गार्ड्स एक्ट और होम गार्ड रूल्स आर फ्रेम्ड whether under the central government or the state government. We don't know. Also, we don't know that home guards, statement 2 जो बोल रहा है, home guards function as auxiliary force to the police or not, ये भी हमको नहीं पता. But can statement 1 and 2 be correct at the same time? Statement 1 बोल रहा है कि rules are framed under the central government or by the central government. तो statement 2 बोल रहा है they are acting as auxiliary force to the police in the maintenance of internal security. क्या दोनों statements compatible है based on our pre-existing knowledge?
No, sir.
Statement 1 and 2.
No, sir.
No, sir.
विनीत, क्या लगता है? नहीं
नहीं
Good.
सर.
गुड. सो ऑल्दो हमको आंसर नहीं पता, हमको इतना जरूर पता है कि बोथ स्टेटमेंट 1 and 2 कैनॉट बी करेक्ट एट द सेम टाइम बेस्ड ऑन आवर प्री एग्जिस्टिंग नॉलेज. प्री एग्जिस्टिंग नॉलेज क्या है? पुलिस इज अ स्टेट सब्जेक्ट. पुलिस इज अ स्टेट सब्जेक्ट. Either of the two have to be correct and statement 2 is more likely to be correct. ठीक है. अब यहां पर The command is how many of the above statements are correct? Only one, only two, all three, none. All three cannot be correct. That is for sure.
Yes, sir.
Right? All three तो करेक्ट नहीं हो सकता. अब यहां पर रिस्क टेकिंग एबिलिटी की हमारी बात आ जाती है स्टेटमेंट 3 की जब हम बात करते हैं. We started with the reference to Captain Sully and his co-pilot. Remember? Statement 3 बोलता है to prevent infiltration on the international border or coastal areas with border wing home guard battalion have been raised in some states. Again guys, we don't know. हमने पढ़ा नहीं है कि बॉर्डर स्टेट्स में इस टाइप की कोई बटालियन होमगार्ड के होते भी हैं या नहीं है. राइट? बट आई बीन सेइंग दिस टाइम एंड अगेन. अब यहां पर किसी लॉजिक की बात हम मैसेज नहीं कर रहे हैं, बट इट इज वेरी कॉमन सेंसिकल टू से कि अगर हमको कुछ नहीं पता, दैट डजंट ऑटोमेटिकली बिकम रॉन्ग. फाइन? हमको नहीं पता मतलब वो गलत नहीं हो जाता. Here we'll be giving benefit of doubt to this particular statement because the statement doesn't sound absurd. अब यहां पर स्टेटमेंट बोल रहा है कि बॉर्डर स्टेट्स में इस तरह के बटालियन बने हुए हैं. अगर ये absurd स्टेटमेंट होता, से फॉर एग्जांपल, just for the sake of your understanding, I am giving an extreme statement. These battalions take precedence over the Indian armed forces. That's simply not possible. Indian armed forces will always have precedence, right?
Yes.
So statement 3 is not absurd. We can give benefit of doubt. यहां पर करेक्ट आंसर क्या होगा? विनीत, आर्यन,
बी सर.
others?
ओनली टू कर सकते हैं सर, क्योंकि अगर
Only two, sir.
B.
Only two, sir.
Only 2.
Sir.
Okay. Very good. Very good.
सर
Yes,
ओनली
Kalash.
वन नहीं
So
होना
guys,
चाहिए इसका आंसर.
who is this? Who is this?
रोहन सर.
रोहन. अभी हमने क्या डिस्कस किया स्टेटमेंट 3 के बारे में?
सर यहाँ पे ना मेरे को जो प्री एग्जिस्टिंग नॉलेज थी वो ये थी कि होमगार्ड जो है वो स्टेट पुलिस का पार्ट होता है.
ठीक है.
तो
आगे?
होमगार्ड अगर स्टेट पुलिस का पार्ट है तो फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट तो रॉन्ग हो जाएगी क्योंकि सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट लिखा हुआ है.
फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट रॉन्ग हो
और-
गया, सेकंड स्टेटमेंट करेक्ट हो गया. व्हाट अबाउट द थर्ड स्टेटमेंट?
नहीं सर, सेकंड स्टेटमेंट में लिखा हुआ है द रोल ऑफ द होमगार्ड इज टू सर्व एज अ ऑक्सिलरी फोर्स टू द पुलिस इन मेंटेनेंस ऑफ इंटरनल सिक्योरिटी.
ठीक है.
यस सर, सेकंड स्टेटमेंट ठीक हो सकता है और थर्ड स्टेटमेंट जो है वो शायद बिल्कुल गलत है.
बिल्कुल गलत है. क्यों?
क्योंकि सर जो इंटरनेशनल बॉर्डर को जो सिक्योर करती है वो सीएपीएफ की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होती है, जैसे बीएसएफ हो
स्टेटमेंट
गया,
3
आईटीबीपी
में
हो गया.
स्टेटमेंट 3 में जैसे मैंने एक एब्सर्ड स्टेटमेंट बनाया था, ऐसा कहीं लिखा हुआ है, ऐसा बताया है कि स्टेटमेंट 3 में कि जहां पर ये बटालियंस होमगार्ड के डिप्लॉय हो रहे हैं वहां पर सीआरपीएफ, बीएसएफ या दूसरे जो हमारे सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस हैं उनको वहां से हटाया जा रहा है. नो, they are in fact assisting those forces in those particular bordering states and coastal states.
Yes, sir.
Why are you assuming something that is not explicitly given in the question, Rohan?
यस सर.
Right? Agar if home guards can help the internal police, can't they help the forces deployed on coastal areas and borders? मदद कर सकते हैं, नहीं कर सकते हैं?
सर यहाँ पे मैं इस तरीके से मतलब सोच नहीं पा रहा हूँ, मैं बहुत ही ज्यादा डीपली सोच रहा हूँ, शायद इसीलिए
सोच लोगे. पहली बार में अगर नहीं सोच पा रहे हो, विद प्रैक्टिस सोच पाओगे. जैसे यहाँ पर मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स वर एबल टू थिंक दैट वे. कलश, आई होप आई एम नॉट बीइंग एब्स्ट्रैक्ट. समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
ओके, फाइन गाइस.
सर ये
अभी आगे
थर्ड
बढ़ते हैं. अगर कोई
स्टेटमेंट का
डाउट
एक
रह
बार
जाता है
दोबारा एक्सप्लेन करना.
आखिरी में हम तुम्हारा डाउट और लेंगे. अभी जल्दी जल्दी आगे बढ़ते हैं. आई विल
Okay, sir,
आंसर
okay.
ऑल योर डाउट्स एट द एंड. ठीक है? Again, keeping with the first category, fake difficult question. Guys, have a look at this question. Now let me ask some other student to read it out for me. And let's come to Naman. Naman, please read out the question. And others, guys, please keep your cameras on. अगर आप cameras on रखोगे, I'll be able to speak with you guys. Interactive रह पाएंगे हम लोग. Yes, Naman. अच्छा, नमन आई थिंक इज सिटिंग इन द लाइब्रेरी. ओके फाइन. आर्यन तुम पढ़ लो. यस आर्यन.
Statement 1. In India, prisons are managed by state governments with their own rules and regulations for the day-to-day administration of prisons. Statement 2. In India, prisons are governed by the Prisons Act 1894, which expressly kept the subject of prisons in the control of provincial governments. Which one of the following is correct in respect of the above statements?
Fine. Thanks. Now, guys, statement 1 and statement 2 फिर से assertion reasoning वाला क्वेश्चन है. Statement 1 probably कुछ स्टूडेंट्स को पता होगा. Like in India, prisons are managed by state governments with their own rules and regulations for the day-to-day administration of prisons. But statement 2, Prisons Act 1894, किसने पढ़ रखा है?
नो सर, नहीं पढ़ा.
सही दुम्बारे पढ़ रखा ही है?
नो सर.
No, sir.
Okay, fine guys. So again coming back to the same reference from your NCERT, लक्ष्मीकांत में भी हमने ये पढ़ रखा है. जिस तरह से police is a state subject, like we are more likely to know and we are expected to know that prisons also is a part of the state list. Agriculture, police, prison and so on. लेकिन थोड़ी देर के लिए मान लें कि हम भूल गए, हमने पढ़ा था कि prisons are part of state list. ऐसे कुछ स्टूडेंट्स होंगे यहाँ पे जिन्होंने पढ़ा तो था कि prisons are part of state list लेकिन भूल गए, या फिर एग्जामिनेशन हॉल के प्रेशर में ये चीज इवेपोरेट हो गई दिमाग से. होता है कभी कभी. जैसे कैप्टन सली के को पायलट के साथ हुआ था, राइट? अदरवाइज ही वाज अ वेरी ब्रिलियंट पायलट. गाइस प्लीज कीप योर माइक्स ऑफ रखो प्लीज. प्रांशु म्यूट कर दो सबको प्लीज. ओके नाउ गाइस, दिस इज अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन. पिछले वाले क्वेश्चन में हमने देखा था कि दो स्टेटमेंट्स जो दिए हुए थे देवर इनकम्पैटिबल. इस वाले क्वेश्चन में स्टेटमेंट 1 एंड स्टेटमेंट 2, होमगार्ड वाला जो ये क्वेश्चन था, स्टेटमेंट 1 एंड 2 वर इनकम्पैटिबल, राइट? सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का अगर रूल है तो पुलिस फोर्स को वो ऑक्सिलरी फोर्स की तरह मदद नहीं कर सकता, और अगर करता है तो दैट कैनॉट बी अंडर सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, इट हैज टू बी अंडर स्टेट गवर्नमेंट, राइट? स्टेटमेंट 1 एंड 2 वर नॉट कंपैटिबल. सिमिलरली यहां पर स्टेटमेंट 1 एंड 2 आर इन फैक्ट वेरी कंपैटिबल. कैसे देखते हैं. स्टेटमेंट 1 बोल रहा है इन इंडिया prisons are managed by state governments with their own rules and regulations for the day-to-day administration of prisons. Fine, हमको नहीं पता. Now first let's read the statement 2 before skipping this question. In India, prisons are governed by the Prisons Act 1894, which expressly kept the subject of prisons in the control of provincial governments. Guys, can we say statement 1 is naturally flowing from statement 2, because statement 2 ये बोल रहा है during the British era prisons were clearly and they were expressly kept under the provincial governments. तब तो states नहीं थे, provinces थे, right? It was expressly kept under provincial governments, and it is explaining statement 1 quite beautifully. In India, prisons are managed by state governments with their own rules and regulations for the day-to-day administration of prisons. Can we say, guys, both the statements are quite compatible with each other?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Based on our pre-existing knowledge and otherwise.
Yes
right?
sir.
Yes, sir.
तो यहाँ पर हमने pre-existing knowledge को extrapolate किया और थोड़ा थोड़ा इस क्वेश्चन को हमने CSAT की तरह टैकल किया.
Yes sir.
Like we did not know the answer, but we derived the answer in a way. We derive answers in the CSAT paper, right?
Yes sir.
Guys, option A, obviously option A is the correct answer. Is everyone clear so far? Everyone?
Yes. Yes sir. Crystal clear.
Crystal clear हो रंजीत?
Yes.
Prince clear है?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Let's quickly move ahead. नाउ गाइस, सो फार वी हैव सीन क्वेश्चंस जिनमें हमको आंसर मिला है 100%, लेकिन कभी कभी ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि वी माइट बी स्टक इन 50-50 सिचुएशन, वहां पर और रिस्क लेना पड़ेगा। से फॉर एग्जांपल दिस क्वेश्चन, दो कॉलम दिए गए हैं, मैच द फॉलोइंग टाइप का क्वेश्चन है। कामराजार पोर्ट, मुंद्रा पोर्ट, विशाखापट्टनम पोर्ट, एंड द कमांड इज हाउ मेनी ऑफ द अबव पेयर्स आर करेक्टली मैच्ड। गाइस, those who gave the exam in 2023, also those didn't give the exam, शैलेंद्र, नींद आ रही है क्या? इसका आंसर किस किस को पता है पक्के तौर पे, या एग्जामिनेशन हॉल में पता था पक्के तौर पे?
नो सर, नहीं पता था।
नहीं पता है तो क्या करें, स्किप कर दें इस क्वेश्चन को?
नहीं सर, स्किप कैसे कर देंगे?
अच्छा, देखते हैं हमारा प्री एग्जिस्टिंग नॉलेज यहां पर काम आता है या नहीं आता है।
यस सर।
गाइस, 10th स्टैंडर्ड एनसीईआरटी, इसका मैंने थोड़ा सा क्लोजअप करके स्क्रीनशॉट लिया है। 10th स्टैंडर्ड ज्योग्राफी एनसीईआरटी, फाइन। अंडरलाइंड सेंटेंस पढ़ो रंजीत।
यस सर। It is a narrow belt and provides natural conditions for the development of ports and harbors.
Okay, so western and eastern coast of India is being compared in 10th standard geography NCERT, ठीक है? वेस्टर्न कोस्ट के ट्रेड्स क्या है, ईस्टर्न कोस्ट के ट्रेड्स क्या है, राइट? which coast has natural harbors? Guys, I'm asking you, वेस्ट में है या ईस्ट में है नेचुरल हार्बर्स?
वेस्टर्न कोस्ट सर, वेस्टर्न कोस्ट।
वेस्टर्न कोस्ट, ओके। एंड इट इज इजियर टू डेवलप पोर्ट इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर ऑन वेस्टर्न कोस्ट और ईस्टर्न कोस्ट?
वेस्टर्न कोस्ट।
वेस्टर्न कोस्ट।
वेस्टर्न कोस्ट, ठीक है। गाइस, it is a very commonsensical thing to say that today majority of the cargo is transported through containers, right? कंटेनर ट्रांसपोर्ट होता है मेजोरिटी, हम
Yes,
सबको
sir.
पता है, मूवीज में देखते हैं, न्यूज में देखते हैं, पढ़ भी रखा है हमने। सो गाइस, if the third option, the third statement says Visakhapatnam is the largest container port in India. Guys, ईस्टर्न कोस्ट के ऊपर लार्जेस्ट कंटेनर पोर्ट होने की संभावना कितनी है?
बहुत कम सर, 5%, 4%।
बहुत कम है।
यस सर।
ओके गाइस, प्लीज कीप योर माइक्स ऑफ। प्रिंस कुमार, सही। टेल मी, Visakhapatnam is an eastern port. Is it likely that it can be the largest container port in India?
No, sir.
नो सर।
अगर विशाखापट्टनम नहीं है तो कौन सा पोर्ट इंडिया का लार्जेस्ट कंटेनर पोर्ट है? टेल मी गाइस, which port in India is the largest container port?
जवाहरलाल नेहरू।
Very good. Who is this?
पीटी सर।
विनीत सर।
Very good, Vinit. Very good. Okay, so Vinit ने सही आंसर दिया है, but guys, although we might not be knowing the exact port कि कौन सा वाला पोर्ट लार्जेस्ट कंटेनर पोर्ट है, but we are sure that it has to be on the western coast, right? ईस्टर्न कोस्ट के ऊपर भी पोर्ट्स हैं,
यस सर।
but they are not मेजर पोर्ट्स भी हैं ईस्टर्न कोस्ट के ऊपर, लेकिन to have largest container port is more likely to be on the western coast and not on the eastern, right? अब यहाँ पर guys, can all three pairs, option C, be the right answer?
नो सर।
नो सर।
ठीक है, all three cannot be the right answer.
नन ऑफ द पेयर्स।
What about the other two statements? यहाँ पर हम फंस गए, किस तरह से आंसर करेंगे? रंजीत, आर्यन, शैलेंद्र।
सर इसमें तो सर फिर वही मिडिल टर्म थ्योरी लगा के
सर
करेंगे सर।
मुंद्रा का तो पता है सर, कामराजर का कोई
Decide.
आइडिया नहीं।
Who is this? Who is this? मुंद्रा कौन बोल रहा है?
सर शैलेंद्र।
शैलेंद्र, बताओ।
Yes, sir.
सर मुंड्रा पोर्ट का तो पता है कि लार्जेस्ट प्राइवेटली ओन्ड है, बट रिगार्डिंग कामराजार पोर्ट देयर इज नो आइडिया।
ओके, मुंद्रा के बारे में पता है गाइस। दीज पोर्ट्स बीट मुंद्रा और कामराजार, यू वोंट फाइंड दिस इन द कोर स्टैटिक बुक्स, एनसीईआरटी में नहीं मिलेगा, ठीक है। करंट अफेयर्स में ही ये चीज मिलेगी। एंड इट इज मोर लाइकली कि तुमको मुंद्रा पोर्ट के बारे में पता होगा और कामराजार के बारे में पता होगा, लेकिन विशाखापट्टनम के बारे में पता नहीं हो, सॉरी लार्जेस्ट कंटेनर पोर्ट के बारे में पता नहीं होगा। दैट इज मोर लाइकली। हमने पढ़ रखा है एनसीईआरटी में, बट वी टेंड टू इग्नोर और वी टेंड टू फॉरगेट, राइट? सो either we are stuck in a 50-50 situation or we are getting to the correct answer if we have followed Kamarajar Port and Mundra Port in the current affairs. आज के सेशन में हम करंट अफेयर्स की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं, we are talking about core static knowledge. Fine? So we won't go into details of Kamarajar Port and Mundra Port. So far we have seen 5 questions which we have categorized under fake difficult. फेक डिफिकल्टी वाले जो क्वेश्चंस हैं, एंड वी हैव यूज्ड आवर प्री एग्जिस्टिंग नॉलेज। और इस लेटेस्ट वाले क्वेश्चन में 10th स्टैंडर्ड की ज्योग्राफी एनसीईआरटी को हमने रेफर किया और स्टेटमेंट 3 को हमने एलिमिनेट किया, which in fact was very difficult to eliminate in the examination hall, right? If we did not use our knowledge tactically, pre-existing knowledge. यहां तक सबको क्लैरिटी है? Everyone?
Yes sir, clear.
Yes, sir.
Fine, guys. Okay. Now let's move to the next category of questions. Category 2. Questions following mirror principle. Those questions that follow mirror principle. Now ये अभी mirror principle क्या होता है? Okay, let's try to understand. Now guys, this was a question asked in 2023. Let me ask Sai. Sai, please read out the question.
Consider the following statements. Once the central government notifies an area as a community reserve, the chief wildlife warden of the state becomes the governing authority of such forest. 2, hunting is not allowed in such area. 3, people of such area are allowed to collect non-timber forest produce. 4, people of such area are allowed traditional agricultural practices. How many of the above statements are correct?
Majority of the such forest hunting is not allowed in the
2 instructions guys, 2 instructions बार-बार दे रहा हूं. Please keep your mics off. Mic किसी का चालू है guys? Let's keep this session more engaging, more interactive. Mic off रखो please. I'll come. If anyone has a doubt, you can raise your hand. There is an option to raise hand. Fine, आप hand raise करो. I'll take your doubts. And keep your cameras on, guys. Keep your cameras on. Those who have joined late, it is mandatory. Cameras on रखो. Fine, guys. Statement 3 and statement 4. अभी सही ने चारों स्टेटमेंट पढ़े, ठीक है। स्टेटमेंट 1, द चीफ वाइल्ड लाइफ वार्डन ऑफ द स्टेट बिकम्स द गवर्निंग अथॉरिटी ऑफ सच फॉरेस्ट। ठीक है, हमको नहीं पता चीफ वाइल्ड लाइफ वार्डन का इसमें रोल होता है या नहीं होता है। स्टेटमेंट 2, हंटिंग इज नॉट अलाउड इन सच एरिया। नहीं पता, लेकिन इट अपीयर्स मोर कॉमन सेंसिकल। कम्युनिटी रिजर्व है, ठीक है। अगर कोई रिजर्व क्रिएट किया जा रहा है, इट्स लाइकली हंटिंग प्रोबेबली उसमें अलाउड नहीं होगी। But the point of interest are statement 3 and statement 4. Guys, pay attention to the structure. Statement 3, people of such area are allowed to XYZ. Statement 4, people of such area are allowed. Right? So this starting portion of both the statements are identical, or they are mirror images of each other. People of such area are allowed dash 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 or XYZ. So in such cases, what we have seen in the past few years is that both of the statements cannot be correct at the same time. Also, both of the statements won't be wrong at the same time. Only one among both the statements is likely to be correct. So this is something that we have observed as part of our PYQ anchoring, PYQ analysis, right? Here we are not using our pre-existing knowledge in statement 3 and statement 4. स्टेटमेंट 2 में हम यूज कर रहे हैं क्योंकि हमने कम्युनिटी रिजर्व्स के बारे में पढ़ रखा है, तो पॉसिबली यस अलाउ होता होगा, अलाउड नहीं होगा हंटिंग। स्टेटमेंट 1 के बारे में हमको नहीं पता, बट अगेन जो पहले हमने डिस्कस किया फिजिबिलिटी टेस्ट, सिर्फ इसलिए कि हमको नहीं पता, सो वी आर डिस्कसिंग दिस क्वेश्चन। स्टेटमेंट 3 और स्टेटमेंट 4 में हमने आइडेंटिकल पैटर्न देखा, एंड व्हाट वी हैव लर्नड इज based on the trends as we have found in the past year papers, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years के past year questions, past year prelims papers में mirror image है, अगर one among them is likely to be correct, दोनों एक साथ सही नहीं होंगे और दोनों एक साथ गलत नहीं होंगे। Also guys, what we have learned about such questions is that if UPSC has played with two statements, मतलब statement 3 और statement 4 के साथ UPSC ने खेल खेला है, आइडेंटिकल स्टेटमेंट बनाए हैं जिसमें से एक गलत है, देन व्हाट वी हैव लर्नड दैट यूपीएससी वोंट बी प्लेइंग विद द अदर स्टेटमेंट, स्टेटमेंट 2 और स्टेटमेंट 1 में कुछ इनकरेक्ट स्टेटमेंट घुसाने की कोशिश नहीं करेगा। दिस इज द ट्रेंड सो फार, राइट? तो यहां पर टेल मी शैलेंद्र, सही एंड अदर्स, व्हाट शुड बी द करेक्ट आंसर? Husam, Aryan, Vineet, quickly guys. Suprabha, you are raising hand, बताओ। Suprabha, Shailendra, you are raising hands. Tell me, unmute yourself. Guys, can you hear me? प्रिंस कुमार, शैलेंद्र, सुप्रभा, आवाज आ रही है मेरी? गाइस, एम आई ऑडिबल? सही, शैलेंद्र, विनीत,
Hello, yes, sir, you are audible. Actually, we are not allowed to unmute. Sir, answer can be C.
Answer can be C. Only
Yes,
3.
sir. Yes.
That is the correct answer, Shailendra. Option C is the correct answer. Because statement 3 और 4 दोनों एक साथ correct नहीं होंगे, because we are discussing the second category, category 2, as being seen in the past year questions, including 2023 questions that follow mirror principle. ये क्वेश्चन हमने देखा प्रीलिम्स 2023 का। नाउ लेट्स कंपेयर दिस विद द क्वेश्चन आस्क्ड इन 2022। वन ऑफ द क्वेश्चन ये हो सकता, देयर हैज टू बी अ ट्रेंड, देयर हैज टू बी अ ट्रेंड, तभी हम बोल सकते हैं कि दिस पर्टिकुलर रूल स्टैंड्स, दिस पर्टिकुलर प्रिंसिपल स्टैंड्स। सो शैलेंद्र, प्लीज रीड द क्वेश्चन। Yes, Shailendra. Acha, I think you can't unmute
Hello.
yourself.
Yeah,
Shailendra.
I can unmute now. I can unmute now, sir. So, with reference to the writs issued by the courts in India, consider the following statements. First, mandevers will not lie against a private organization unless it is entrusted with a public duty. Second, mandevers will not lie against a company even though it may be a government company. Third, any public-minded person can be a petitioner to move the court to obtain the writ of quo warranto.
ठीक है शैलेंद्र, टेल मी व्हाट डू यू थिंक अबाउट स्टेटमेंट 1 and 2?
One of them will be correct. Mirror images.
What is, yes, very good. Mirror image, mirroring हो रही है। स्टेटमेंट 1 क्या बोल रहा है? Mandamus will not lie against a XYZ. Statement 2, Mandamus will not lie against a XYZ. Right? अब यहां पर इट्स अ डिफरेंट थिंग कि हमने ये चीज पढ़ रखी है, सो वी विल बी एबल टू आंसर इट। लेकिन इन केस इस क्वेश्चन की जगह अगर और डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन भी आ जाए, सो वी नो what trend is being followed in the prelims paper by UPSC or by the paper setter, right? And statement 3 हम सबने पढ़ रखा है, right? Statement 3 correct है, also in keeping with the rule that we have observed in the past year paper analysis. अगर यूपीएससी ने स्टेटमेंट 1 और 2 में खेल किया है, वो पेपर स्टेटमेंट 3 को नहीं छेड़ेगी. That is more likely to be the case, right? This we have discussed just a few moments ago. Everyone clear so far? Okay. Now, guys, the next question that we are going to discuss is again very interesting. It is a variant of mirroring type questions. Category 2 का ही ये question है, but it has a variation. And again, this question was considered difficult, and this question was difficult. ये एक नया ट्रेंड यूपीएससी ने लेकर आया है, but now we will be knowing this trend. So these kind of questions won't be that difficult when this replicate in 2024. पहले क्वेश्चन देख लेते हैं, उसके बाद ट्रेंड डिस्कस करेंगे. प्रिंस कुमार, क्वेश्चन पढ़ लो प्लीज. कैन यू अनम्यूट? अगर नहीं कर सकते हो तो शैलेंद्र, यू रीड द क्वेश्चन. शैलेंद्र और प्रिंस कुमार और नितिन, एनीवन? टीम प्लीज अलाउ द स्टूडेंट्स टू अनम्यूट देमसेल्फ, जिन्होंने हाथ रेज किया है बात करने के लिए. ओके, मैं ये क्वेश्चन पढ़ लेता हूं टू सेव टाइम. इन रिस्पेक्ट ऑफ 44th चेस ओलंपियाड 2022, it was the first time that chess olympiad was held in India. Statement 2, the official mascot was named Thambi. Statement 3, the trophy for the winning team in the open section is the Vera Menchik Cup. Statement 4, the trophy for the winning team in the women's section is the Hamilton Russell Cup. Fine, guys. Statement 3 and statement 4, क्या यहां पर मिररिंग हो रही है? Statement 3, the trophy for the winning team in XYZ. ठीक है, this is the first portion. The trophy for the winning team in the XYZ. उसके बाद is the ABC Cup. Statement 3 अगर पढ़े, in the open section. Statement 4 बोल रहा है in the women's section. ठीक है, इन वर्ड्स को यहां पर डाल दिया. वुमेन सेक्शन एक जगह डाल दिया, ओपन सेक्शन एक जगह डाल दिया. उसके आगे इज द वेरा मेंचिक कप और आगे इज द हैमिल्टन रसेल कप. फाइन. सो गाइस, जहां पर वेर टू फैक्ट्स आर बीइंग एम्फसाइज्ड हियर, the mandates or the utility of the given facts is more likely to be interchanged. Say for example, the trophy for the winning team, statement 3, the trophy for the winning team in the open section is it's not Vera Menchik Cup, but it is the Hamilton Russell Cup, जो statement 4 में दिया है. Interchange कर दिया. Similarly, statement 4 में दिया है in the women's section is the Hamilton Russell Cup. ये हैमिल्टन रसेल कप नहीं है, इट इज वेरा मेंचिक कप. इंटरचेंज कर दिया दोनों को. फाइन. टू स्टेटमेंट्स आर बीइंग गिवन, बट हियर देयर इज दिस पॉसिबिलिटी ऑफ इंटरचेंजिंग द गिवन फैक्ट्स. इससे पहले हमने जो स्टेटमेंट डिस्कस किए, यहां पर देयर इज नो पॉसिबिलिटी ऑफ इंटरचेंजिंग द फैक्ट्स. इंटरचेंज कर भी लोगे, देयर वुड बी नो यूज, द स्टेटमेंट्स वुड रिमेन द सेम. बीट दिस क्वेश्चन ऑन मैंडेमस और बीट दिस क्वेश्चन ऑन कम्युनिटी रिजर्व. Fine. So this is the core difference between these two type of mirroring questions asked in 2023, 2022, again asked in 2023. Guys, if you can't unmute yourself, मुझे chat section में बताओ. Do you find this mirroring type वाला question interesting? Are you clear? Chat section में बताओ. Everyone clear? Aryan, Naman. Okay, fine. Like you guys are clear on this, and as I can see, the last question that we have discussed, you guys have found it quite interesting as well. Now, guys, let's pay more attention to this question. Now this kind of questions are more common in PCS kind of exams. PCS वाले जो एग्जाम होते हैं स्टेट PCS, उसमें फैक्ट्स को इंटरचेंज करके काफी सारे स्टेटमेंट्स फ्रेम होते हैं. फाइन. सिविल सर्विसेज एग्जामिनेशन में अब तक इस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस जनरली फ्रेम नहीं होते थे. बट यूपीएससी हैज शोन इट्स इंटेंट ऑफ आस्किंग दोज काइंड ऑफ मिररिंग क्वेश्चंस जहां पर फैक्ट्स को इंटरचेंज करके दो स्टेटमेंट दे दिए जाएंगे where both the statements would be incorrect. Fine. अगर 2024 में इस टाइप के 5 क्वेश्चन भी आ जाते हैं, there should be no surprise before us. Like we should not be surprised, क्योंकि यूपीएससी ने अपना इंटेंट पहले बता दिया है and we are trying to be more prepared for such questions. Make sense, everyone? Shall we move ahead? प्लीज समराइज थर्ड क्वेश्चन. कौन सा क्वेश्चन बोल रहे हो गाइज? एक काम करेंगे, when the discussion would be over, you guys will be allowed to unmute yourself. तब हम वापस आएंगे इन क्वेश्चंस के ऊपर. अभी आप अनम्यूट नहीं कर पा रहे हो, we won't be able to have productive discussion. अभी के लिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. Fine, we'll come back to it at the end. Now let's move towards the next category 3. जल्दी आगे बढ़ते हैं. Duplicate templates. Questions having duplicate templates. Guys, this question was asked in 2023 and I had already discussed this template. यहाँ पर 2 टेम्पलेट में डिस्कस करूंगा. I won't be discussing more than 2. We don't have that much time. मैंने ये बताया था अपने क्लासेस में और मेरे YouTube वीडियोस में कि अगर क्वेश्चन का स्ट्रक्चर ऐसा है, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया डिफाइंस XYZ, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया डिफाइंस XYZ, then that statement is more likely to be incorrect. भले ही हमको यहां पर आंसर पता होगा, fine, but based on the PYQ analysis and the repetitive templates that we have spotted so far, guys, statement 2 तो गलत हो जाएगा in accordance to this template. And if statement 2 is incorrect, what option remains? Chat section में बताओ मुझे. Option C. Very good. Very good. If statement 2 is incorrect, UPSC has framed this assertion reasoning so beautifully that we get the answer directly. अगर दोनों स्टेटमेंट में से एक स्टेटमेंट भी पता है कि गलत है, we directly get the correct answer. That's the beauty of this assertion reasoning questions format that UPSC has followed in 2023 exam. Fine. और अगर same format 2024 में भी अगर follow करती है UPSC, we will be in a much better position to tackle these questions. Fine, based on the learning that we have derived so far और आगे भी जो हम derive करेंगे. Very good. So option C, sigma, is the correct answer based on this particular template. So guys, this was from 2023. 2022 में भी same question, same template follow हुआ था. Statement 3, the Constitution of India defines XYZ. यहाँ पर we are not interested in the correct answer, but we are interested in the trend. ठीक है? UPSC is following the same trend. It is replicating the same template. It is duplicating the same template. ठीक है? Category 3 हम देख रहे हैं questions that follow replicative templates और duplicate templates. अब तक हमने एक template देखा, एक और template देखते हैं. Now this question was asked in 2023, and again I discussed this thing many times. In the past few years we have discussed this. If UPSC is using this particular term, XYZ cannot be done, it is more likely to be wrong. The reason is UPSC is adding an artificial negation. UPSC is negating that particular assertion then and there, and based on the past year questions, this particular way of framing statements is more likely to be wrong. अगर हमको इसका आंसर पता है यहां पर, that's very good. लेकिन अगर नहीं पता, we can follow this third category of learning, that is replicative templates or duplication of templates. Statement 2 हमने eliminate कर दिया. Statement 1 is relatively easier to mark. ठीक है? This was asked in 2023. Statement 1 जो था carbon fibers are used in the manufacture of components used in automobiles and aircrafts. Relatively आसान है मार्क करने में, ठीक है? This is not an absurd statement. We can assume it to be correct, although we don't know the correct answer. ठीक है? अगर अब इसको सिंप्लीफाई करने के लिए इसको मैं थोड़ा अगर absurd करूं स्टेटमेंट 1 को, if I say only carbon fibers are used in the manufacture of automobiles and aircrafts, that would be absurd, right? उसको हम eliminate कर देते. So this was asked in 2023. Yet another question asked in 2023. Same template being followed. Second question from 2023 itself. According to Prevention of Terrorism Act 2002, confession of the accused before the police cannot be used as evidence. अगर आंसर पता है तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. But if we don't know the answer, we will have to pay attention to this third category of questions based on our PYQ analysis. Duplication of templates. Statement 3 would be wrong, right? Now we are in a 50-50 situation. Although, like we might be able to mark the correct answer, or at least we are in a 50-50 situation, which is a lot more beneficial situation than not knowing anything, or than going for tukkas. Tukkas nahi marna hai. This is something I keep reiterating in my classes. तुक्के बिल्कुल नहीं मारना है. Pre-existing knowledge ही use करना है. Like those Ranjit and others who have attended my classes last year know this. Fine, guys. So this was the third category of questions asked in 2023. Now, trend dekhte hain. This is yet another question asked in 2021. A foreigner once granted the citizenship cannot be deprived of it under any circumstances. Same template follow ho raha hai. Statement 3 is incorrect. Statement 3 is wrong. Shailendra, I hope you are following me. Okay. So statement 3 फिर से यहां पर incorrect हो जाता है based on the same template. Although we are not interested in the correct answers, यहाँ पर correct answer was option A, alpha, one only. Quickly moving ahead. Category 4, indirect questions. Now guys, this is a very interesting category of questions. पहले questions देख लेते हैं, उसके बाद इनका importance समझेंगे. Let's first discuss the questions. Indirect questions का क्या मतलब होता है? सबसे पहले this question asked in 2023. Which of the following organisms perform waggle dance for others of their kin to indicate the direction and distance to a source of their food? Guys, हम दो क्वेश्चन देखेंगे 2023 के, then we'll follow it with a practice question. Fine, पहले दो क्वेश्चन देख लेते हैं 23 के. अब यहां पर डायरेक्टली पता होना मुश्किल है. पता हो सकता है, like those who have followed it in current affairs probably कुछ लोगों ने पढ़ लिया होगा. Majority of the students did not follow it in current affairs. ठीक है, despite following monthly current affairs magazines and newspapers. Now here UPSC is not expecting you to know that waggle dance is performed by honeybees. Honeybees is the answer here. Rather, UPSC is asking an indirect question, and that indirect question is this. UPSC is indirectly asking that which among the following creatures or insects are more social or are most social among the 4 given insects. Guys, am I correct in saying that honeybees are more social creatures compared to other options, be it butterflies, dragonflies, wasps? Can we say they are more social? They live in colonies, hives, right? They have a very segregated, well-organized social structure. Chat section में बताओ guys, can we say so? Answer in the chat section. Yes, we can say so. Okay. Now, if we look at it this way, which among the following is the most social? We can obviously answer honeybees, option C. Why? Lekin why are we discussing social nature of honeybees? Question ये पूछ रहा है कि which of the organisms perform a particular kind of dance, be it waggle dance or be it anything, but it is being done for others of their kin. Now, kin can be translated roughly to your relatives, friends, associates, right? And such an act can be done by a creature that is social. Makes sense, everyone, so far? Now, this was the first question from 2023 under the category of indirect questions that we discussed. Now, let's look at another question from 2023. I'll take it out, guys. I'll take it out at the end. पहले question discuss कर लें. We'll come back to this at the end. Okay. Yet another example of indirect questions. Which one of the following makes a tool with a stick to scrape insects from a hole in a tree or a log of wood? Again, guys, it is very difficult to know for sure कि ऐसा कौन सा animal है that can make tools. But UPSC is not expecting you to know exactly which animal can make tool. Rather, indirectly, UPSC is asking us that which of the following animals or creatures is the most intelligent. Because naturally, the most intelligent creature among the given creatures will be able to make tools and will be able to do a lot other things because it is most intelligent. And the correct answer is obviously orangutan. Orangutan can make tools and do many other things because it is the most intelligent creature among the given creatures. Makes sense so far, everyone? Chat section में बताओ मुझे. Everyone, quickly, guys. You're clear. Okay. Now, guys, we have seen two examples of indirect question. UPSC किस तरह से question एक पूछ रही है, but it is asking something else indirectly. Now, let me give you a very basic example, a very easy question. Now, some students might find this question to be a little bit stupid, but this question I have framed for your understanding. Question ये है, stupa architecture is inspired by which of the following? And the options are Islamic architecture, Gothic architecture, Gopurams, or none of the above. Guys, chat section में मुझे इसका आंसर बताओ quickly. Aryan, Henna, others quickly. Naman, Kusam, Kalash, Suprabha. Guys, the correct answer is D, delta. Those who have answered other options, like कुछ लोगों ने अल्फा भी बोला है, कुछ लोगों ने बीटा बोला है, और कुछ लोगों ने सिग्मा भी बोला है. Guys, it is quite clear if you are saying that stupa architecture is inspired either by Gopurams or Gothic architecture or Islamic architecture, then you need to revise your basic NCERTs. Stupas, guys, we are talking about ancient Indian context. Islamic architecture is not that old that it can inspire ancient stupa architecture. Okay, as simple as that. Gothic architecture भी NCERT में दिया है. A very good example of Gothic architecture is the CST terminus, Chhatrapati Shivaji terminus in Mumbai, which was built during the British era. That's another example. That's a good example of Gothic architecture. Again, that cannot inspire stupa architecture. Fine? Because it is relatively very new. Gopurams. Again, guys, Gopurams का development कब हुआ था? It was more so in the medieval era. South Indian context की हम बात कर रहे हैं. Right? Gopurams were huge, gigantic gates constructed in front of the main temples. So the correct answer is none of the above. Guys, what is the indirect question that I'm asking to you over here? Although the question says that stupa architecture is inspired by which of the following, but in fact, I am asking to you that which of the following is the oldest, or which of the following is older than stupa architecture? None of the above. None of the given options are older than stupa architecture. Right? So that is the indirect question I am trying to ask. So none of the above will be the correct answer. Again, in keeping with the two questions that we have discussed so far, this question on honeybees, the next question on orangutan, and this third practice question we have discussed as to how UPSC is asking indirect questions. Direct answer इसका पता होना expected नहीं है, right? Guys, we should not be surprised if UPSC asks 10 such indirect questions in 2024. UPSC has already showed its intent of asking indirect questions in 2023. So it may very well increase the number of indirect questions in 2024 prelims paper. That is quite clear from these questions that we have discussed so far. Guys, chat section में बताओ, are you clear so far, everyone? Quickly, guys. You are clear. Okay. Let's quickly move ahead. Excellent. Okay. Good. Now let's move to the next question. Next category of questions. And this is the last category, guys. Category 5 is the last category of questions that we'll be discussing today. We won't be stretching the session too long. Like we are coming to the end of the session. Category 5, counterintuitive questions. ठीक है? Fifth category among the roughly 20 categories में से category number 5. Counterintuitive questions UPSC किस तरह से पूछ रहा है and how do we derive the correct answer in the examination hall in real time under examination pressure. ठीक है? Let's again recall Captain Sully. Captain Sully किस तरह से प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने की कोशिश करते if he was sitting in the examination hall. Let's come to the question first. क्वेश्चन देखने से पहले guys, let me ask you this. What would happen? Chat box में मुझे बताओ. What would happen if a lot of phosphorus gets added to a water body, like to a pond or to some other water body? बहुत सारा phosphorus अगर add हो जाता है, what would happen? Chat section में बताओ guys. Eutrophication. Very good. So if too much of phosphorus gets added to a water body, eutrophication will take place, right? The quality of that particular water body would degrade. ठीक है? ये हम सब ने पढ़ा है. This is our pre-existing knowledge. Basic environment की किताबों में हमने ये पढ़ रखा है, right? Okay. Now let's come to the question asked in 2023 by UPSC. And the question is this: with reference to the role of biofilters in recirculating aquaculture system, consider the following statements. Statement 1, 3 statement दिए हुए हैं. Statement 1, biofilters provide waste treatment by removing uneaten fish feed. Biofilters convert ammonia present in fish waste to nitrate, and biofilters increase phosphorus as nutrient for fish in water. Guys, the keyword is biofilter. If something is a filter, now be it a biofilter or be it some other kind of filter, can a filter add to eutrophication? And if it is adding to eutrophication, can we call it a filter? Chat section में बताओ guys. If something is leading to eutrophication of a water body, can we call it a filter? No. Very good. We can't call it a filter if it is adding to eutrophication or if it is leading to eutrophication of a particular water body. So statement 3 अगर बोलता है biofilters increase phosphorus as nutrient for fish in water, it is a very good example of how counterintuitive questions are framed by UPSC. So statement 3 is essentially absurd. If it is a filter, it can't increase phosphorus, or if it is increasing phosphorus, it cannot be a filter. As simple as that. Now we are a step closer to the correct answer. Now it's a different thing finally if we will be able to mark it or not. लेकिन हमारा pre-existing knowledge use करके Captain Sully की तरह we were able to eliminate statement 3, right? So we are a step closer to the correct answer. Similarly, let's compare it with the question asked in 2022, last year. Statement 4 क्या बोल रहा है? Articles made of it, that it can be anything. Articles made of it can be easily disposed by incineration without causing greenhouse gas emissions. Guys, सबसे पहले मुझे chat box में बताओ, incineration का क्या मतलब होता है? What is incineration? Chat box में बताओ. इंसिनरेशन का क्या मतलब होता है? बर्निंग, गायत्री, वेरी गुड. बर्निंग, फायर, फाइन. Guys, is it commonsensical to say that incineration is being done, but there are no greenhouse gases? Does it make sense? Chat box में मुझे बताओ. Incineration is being done, but there are no greenhouse gas emissions. Does this make sense? Flameless combustion. Shailendra, we are talking about incineration. ठीक है? Other kinds of waste disposal methods, pyrolysis वगैरह 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 की हम बात नहीं करेंगे. We are sticking to incineration जो statement में दिया हुआ है. Okay, not possible. And statement 4 doesn't make sense. This is quite clear to you. Again, guys, statement 4 is a very good example of how counterintuitive statements and counterintuitive options are framed by UPSC. Statement 4 is again an absurd statement. अगर incineration हो रहा है तो greenhouse gas emission होगा. As simple as that. So we eliminate statement 4 and we get a step closer to the correct answer. Here again, we are not interested in the correct answer, but the trend being followed. And the trend here is framing of counterintuitive statements by UPSC. पहले हमने ये 2023 वाला क्वेश्चन देखा जहां पर स्टेटमेंट 3 को हमने एलिमिनेट किया यूजिंग और प्री एग्जिस्टिंग नॉलेज. हमको ये पता था कि फॉस्फोरस के ऐड होने से यूट्रोफिकेशन होता है, राइट? सो अ फिल्टर कैन नॉट लीड टू यूट्रोफिकेशन. फाइन. स्टेटमेंट 3 हमने एलिमिनेट किया यूजिंग और बाय टैक्टिकली यूजिंग और प्री एग्जिस्टिंग नॉलेज. सिमिलरली स्टेटमेंट 4 इस वाले क्वेश्चन में 2022 वाले क्वेश्चन में हमने एलिमिनेट किया बाय यूजिंग आवर प्री एग्जिस्टिंग नॉलेज मोर टैक्टिकली. ठीक है? ऑल्दो डायरेक्टली हमको पता नहीं था स्टेटमेंट 4 इज करेक्ट इन द गिवन कॉन्टेक्स्ट और नॉट. गाइस, these were the questions to be discussed so far. We have discussed 5 category of questions. To reiterate what we have done so far, we started with this understanding of how do we use our pre-existing knowledge more tactically in the examination hall under that exam pressure. और हमने CSAT का भी example लिया. How do we derive the answers in the examination hall? Somewhat similar to what we do in the CSAT paper. And we also had this understanding in the beginning. जो student exam hall में pressure handle कर पाएगा, he'll be more closer to clearing the exam, to clearing the cutoff. Fine. बहुत ज्यादा पढ़ाई कर ली, साल भर पढ़ाई कर ली, लेकिन एग्जाम हॉल में प्रेशर हम अगर हैंडल नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, then our chances of clearing the exam will be lesser. This is quite clear from the pattern of 2022 prelims paper and more so 2023 prelims paper. Again, we had this discussion about clerical mindset versus problem solvers mindset, and we took example of Captain Sully and his co-pilot. किस तरह से कैप्टन सली और उनके को-पायलट ने हैंडल किया था सिचुएशन को. And we understood that we have to develop that mentality of Captain Sully, and we don't have to be like his co-pilot, who was very brilliant, who was very intelligent, but he was not able to use his pre-existing knowledge in accordance to the demand of the situation. While Captain Sully was able to use his pre-existing knowledge in accordance to the demand of the situation, he neglected the instructions of the air traffic control and he did not follow the air traffic manual. Fine. That's why he could save all the passengers by landing that plane on the river, not in the river, right? And then we went through these categories. Category 1, fake difficult questions. किस तरह से हमने pre-existing knowledge का use करके so-called difficult questions, so-called very tough questions को हमने solve किया. Then we came to the second category, questions following mirror principle. Then category 3, questions following duplicate templates. Category 4, क्वेश्चंस जहां पर इनडायरेक्ट क्वेश्चंस पूछे जा रहे हैं यूपीएससी के द्वारा. कैटेगरी 5, काउंटर इंट्यूटिव स्टेटमेंट्स और काउंटर इंट्यूटिव क्वेश्चंस किस तरह से पूछे जा रहे हैं, एंड हाउ डू वी एलिमिनेट दो स्टेटमेंट्स एंड ऑप्शंस इन द एग्जामिनेशन हॉल बिकॉज दे आर एब्सर्ड, समथिंग दैट कैप्टन सली वुड हैव डन, ठीक है, इफ ही वुड हैव बीन सिटिंग इन द एग्जामिनेशन हॉल, बिकॉज दोस स्टेटमेंट्स आर काउंटर इंट्यूटिव. Okay, so guys, these were all the questions and learnings for today's webinar. Now there are a few instructions for you guys. Yes, guys, I'll take your inputs. पहले इतना डिस्कस कर लें जो सामने स्क्रीन पर दिख रहा है। गाइस, my team is sharing this link with you in the chat box. I'll request my team to share the registration link in the chat box. Please share the link in the chat box. Atul, Pranshu, or other members of the team. Guys, when this link will be shared, you can use this link to register for the Dominate Prelims program. अब Dominate Prelims program क्या है? अब तक हमने जो सीखा, this is the philosophy of Dominate Prelims program. ठीक है? Not being bookish, not having clerical mindset, but thinking and working more like Captain Sully, keeping in mind the demand of the present trend of the prelims paper, handling exam pressure more effectively, deriving. Yes, guys, my team has shared the link in the chat box. Now, when you click on the link, you will be prompted to pay some token amount. I don't know what that amount is, but when you register using this link, you guys will get priority mentorship call from my team at Civils Daily. Also, you'll be able to get 10% off in the Dominate Prelims program. Okay. Secondly, guys, you can also share your WhatsApp number along with your name in the chat box. My team will take up these from the chat box and they will contact you. Share your WhatsApp number along with your name. Your WhatsApp number along with your name in the chat box. My team will get in touch with you for this, for being enrolled or for discussing Dominate Prelims program. Guys, enroll karna hai, nahi karna hai, that's a different thing. Fine. But getting to know more about the program. Now you got to know more through this session, Zoom session. You'll also get to know more through that mentorship call with my team. So either click on the link that my team has shared or share your WhatsApp number along with your name in the chat box. And when you click on the link, you will be directed to my Telegram group. You will be directed to my Telegram group where you can stay connected with me. You can ping me directly in the Telegram group for any doubts that you have. I'll reply. Yes, my team has again shared the link. Either fill the link, either click on the link and register for the program. You will get a priority mentorship call along with a discount on the program, or share your name and number in the group. My team will get in touch with you and join my Telegram group through the link that has been shared by my team. Fine, guys. Now I'll request my team to unmute the students. We'll take some questions if there are any. If there are no questions, we can end the session. So please unmute the participants, team. Guys, if you can unmute yourself, please raise your hand. I'll allow you to ask questions. Please raise your hand and unmute yourself to ask questions. Team, please unmute the participants. रंजीत, अनम्यूट कर सकते हो क्या?
सर स्टूडेंट्स खुद कर सकते हैं अनम्यूट.
ओके गाइस, रंजीत योर रेजिंग हैंड. बताओ रंजीत.
यस सर
क्या
कर
सवाल है
सकता हूँ.
रंजीत? व्हाट इज योर डाउट?
सवाल तो उस समय सर मतलब कुछ था, मतलब वही सप्लीमेंट करना था कुछ, बट उस टाइम जब
बोलो,
क्वेश्चन अपन
बोलो.
कर रहे थे तो
हाँ,
सर वही सर सिमिलर जो स्टेटमेंट्स जो आपने बताए सर, उससे सर बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस हो रहे थे. जैसे सर आपने वो स्पोर्ट्स वाले क्वेश्चन, बेरामेंचिक वाला जो चेस वाला बताए हैं आप, और जो क्वेश्चन ये क्या कहते हैं कम्युनिटी रिजर्व वाला बताएं आप, और वैल्यू ऑफ वोट वाले आप में भी अपने लिए आज वो सब बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन सर सिमिलर स्टेटमेंट जो आज आप बताएं वो 2023 में लग रहे थे सर.
हाँ. So नितिन, रंजीत was part of Dominate 2023 वाला program. So he's saying that he was able to use this in the examination hall. ठीक है? Your point is noted, Ranjit. Vikram,
Yes, sir, yes.
Vikram, you're raising hand. Camera on करो अपना. What's your doubt? Others, please raise your hand if you have a doubt, if you have a question. You have an option of raising hand. You can raise your hand. Yes, Suprabha, you are raising hand. Unmute yourself. What's your doubt? Suprabha, Vikram, कलश, गाइस अगर अनम्यूट नहीं कर पा रहे हो तो चैट बॉक्स में मुझे अपना डाउट बताओ. Can I repeat the Mundra port question? Suprabha. Guys, let's do one thing. Join my Telegram group using that link. Post that question in the group. ठीक है? फिर से पूरा क्वेश्चन रिपीट नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि ऑलरेडी वी हैव स्ट्रेस्ड द सेशन अ लॉट. इट्स 8:35 ऑलरेडी. You join the group, ping me in the group. Telegram group में हम ये डिस्कस कर लेंगे. Okay, others? Your doubts, guys? 2 minutes. 2 मिनट और रुकते हैं. अगर किसी की कोई डाउट है, कुछ सवाल है, we'll take those or we can end the session.
Sir, my
Who's this? Kalash.
Kalash, yes, sir.
Yes, Kalash.
Sir, my query is regarding the UAP program or the difference. So, if you allow me to discuss here or in group.
Sorry. Your question is regarding
UAP program.
You are a UAP student.
Yes, sir.
You can ping me in Telegram, Kalash. We
Yes,
can have
sir. Sir, already I done that.
Fine, ping me again. UAP students
Okay.
का के बारे में जो भी तुम्हारा डाउट है वो हम टेलीग्राम ग्रुप में ही डिस्कस करेंगे. फाइन.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Oppo is asking, sir, when can we discuss remaining 15 techniques? क्लास में सारे टेक्निक्स ऐसे ओपनली डिस्कस नहीं होंगी. Who is this Oppo? बाकी के टेक्निक्स अगर जानने हैं और डिस्कस करने हैं, join the class. As simple as that. Okay. Other doubts, guys? How to interlink current affairs with static? How to deal with it? Can you just elaborate on your question? And this is not related with the topic also. Do one thing. Soumya, Telegram group में मुझे ping करो. I'll answer it there. Who's this? Class Oppo. Dominate prelims 2024. Guys, I hope you can see this screen. Screen is visible, right? Soumya, if you have shared your number along with your name, my team will get in touch with you, or you can click on the link for having priority access to the program. Fine, guys. I think all the doubts have been addressed. My team has shared the link again. Fine, guys. Vikram is raising hand. Last question from you. Vikram, बताओ. कोई डाउट है विक्रम? फाइन. वेंकटेश, यू आर रेजिंग हैंड. बताओ. चैट सेक्शन में बताओ. CSAT strategy. CSAT के लिए we'll have another discussion. Ping me in the Telegram group, Venkatesh. CSAT के लिए अलग से डिस्कस करेंगे. Fine, guys. Fine. So I think all the doubts, all the questions have been addressed, and I hope, although the session was quite long, and आप में से कई सारे students को खाना खाने के लिए भागना भी था. I can understand that, but I hope the session has been quite insightful and productive to you guys. And let's be in touch. Even if you join or you don't join the program, that's immaterial. We can always be in touch in my Telegram group. Fine. So if there is any doubt, you can ping me in the Telegram group. And it was a very interactive and engaging session. We can end it here. Hello, thanks for joining in, guys. Goodbye. Good night.